Hey, my name is Connor, and welcome to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto markets. In this video, we're going to be talking about Casper Network. Casper is a blockchain built for enterprise and developer adoption, and Casper uses a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism that involves sharding to deliver a high throughput and transactions at scale. Currently, Casper is a very low market cap project, and I do believe it has a lot of upside potential. So I'll be covering what Casper is, its token use case, as well as my price prediction for this year of 2021 in this video. So if that does interest you, then be sure to stick with me until the very end. And if you're new to Crypto Empire, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And let the gains be with you. So before we really get into this video, I do have to say that nothing I say inside of this video is to be taken for financial advice. Everything I say is for educational purposes only. So if you do decide to buy or sell any cryptocurrency asset, you need to accept full responsibility and understand the risk that is involved in doing so. So with that out of the way, let's talk about Casper Network, CSPR ticker symbol. The current price is 15.3 cents. Casper does have a market cap of $218 million, and that is ranked number 278 in market cap. So Casper is a lower market cap project, which of course means more potential reward, but higher risk as well, right? Everything comes with a price. The circulating supply is 1.4 billion CSPR tokens, with the total supply currently at 10.3 billion. Now, I will be discussing staking in this video, but we can head on over to CSPR.live. This is basically the blockchain explorer. This is where you will stake your Casper if you do decide to do so. But we can see here the total staked is 7.1 billion CSPR tokens. So this is not accounted for in the total circulating supply. And with that being said, we can take a look at their documents and we can read about the staking. There is a 14-hour unbonding period. So when you go ahead and unstake your Casper, it takes 14 hours to be able to sell it again on the open market. So while the circulating supply is 1.4 billion, 7.1 billion can be unstaked within 14 hours and then sold. But most people will probably keep it staked. We'll see what happens, but it's definitely important to know that information. So Casper was originally actually developed by Ethereum developers in 2017 because a few Ethereum developers realized that Ethereum was going to run into scaling issues down the road, right? Think Dr. Gavin Wood leaving to start Polkadot. Pretty similar situation here with Casper. A developer realized that Ethereum was going to need help scaling, so Casper was originally built as an Ethereum 2.0 scaling solution, and then it pivoted to its own blockchain. The Casper mainnet was launched in early 2021, and it has been up and running ever since. Now, in terms of where to buy Casper, it is a lower cap project, not necessarily available easily for investors, in the US or other kind of Western countries. So it's not going to be as easy as just opening up your Coinbase app and going and buying Casper if you do want to buy it. Basically, you're going to have to make an account at OKX or MEXC or CoinList, and basically you would go ahead and buy USDT on your fiat on-ramp of choice, whether that's Coinbase, Crypto.com, FTX US, all great options, and then you would send that USDT to your exchange account at one of these exchanges, and that's how you would go about buying CSPR tokens. So if you do want to do that, that's of course your own risk. But the all-time high of Casper is $1.33, and the all-time low is 5.2 cents, and that was hit about 2 months ago. We'll be looking at the price chart in just a little bit of time, but let's continue discussing what Casper is and why you need to know about this project, because I do think it has a lot of potential. So Casper is a layer 1 general purpose blockchain, very similar to Ethereum. So it's built to host decentralized applications, but it is built to scale. It is built for enterprise level adoption, high throughput, lots of transactions at one time without gas fees spiking or without transactions failing. Casper is aiming to solve the blockchain trilemma. So it is built on the consensus framework of proof of stake based on correct by construction CBC specification. Casper is mainly targeting institutional and enterprise clients, helping them to adopt blockchain technology. So the CSPR token, it does have a few use cases. The first one is to help secure the network by validators. So if you want to stake it, you will essentially be a delegator. You will delegate your tokens to a validator, and then your validator will secure the network and receive staking rewards in the form of CSPR, and you'll receive rewards directly from your validator that you do pick. And the validator does take a commission, right? They'll take a small percentage of your rewards and then give you the rest. Casper tokens are also used to pay for transactions made on the Casper network. So gas fees, right? You pay with ETH on the Ethereum network. You'll pay with CSPR on the Casper network. And is also served as a medium of exchange between network participants. So it is the main currency of the Casper network blockchain. So the token is not fixed, but it is inflationary, designed to incentivize the ongoing security of the network. So what makes Casper different from other blockchains? It is developer friendly. If you are currently a developer and you use Solidity or Rust, you will be able to easily develop on the Casper network without learning a new coding language like other blockchains. So it's very developer friendly. Casper is designed so that any software developer can start building applications directly without having to learn a new language. It's also very user friendly. We talked about the gas fees. So if we see a huge spike in transactions, it has a predictable and stabilized gas fee model that's optimized even during high network usage. So if we look at ethgasstation.info, we can see that it costs 205 GWE for a fast transaction. That's going to be like upwards of $100, even more on a basic Uniswap swap. So that's a little bit extreme, and Casper is actually solving that problem because they have this optimized gas fee model. And also Casper is permissionless but flexible. So Casper allows enterprises to build both permissionless and permissioned applications. This allows greater flexibility of having the privacy of private networks and the security of the public one. So developers can pick if they want to be private or public, and it gives you that flexibility. And also Casper is an upgradable blockchain with upgradable smart contracts. As we know, technology is constantly evolving, so the fact that Casper has upgradable smart contracts basically means that it will stay relevant as long as the developers are working. So this is amazing. We can read right here, unlike applications on other blockchains that are hard to be upgraded, Casper supports the upgrade of on-chain smart contracts directly, removing the need to navigate complex governance and migrating processes. So it is built to scale, it is built to stay relevant, to be the best really. So this is a project with a lot of potential, and like I said, it's built for enterprise level adoption for big, huge corporate clients. They do have a few enterprise partnerships already with Metis, IPWE, and ACDX. You can look into that on your own time. I'm going to move on right now to the Casper website. This is casper.network. You can head on over here, and this is the future-proof blockchain. It is built for enterprise clients, built to scale, built to stay relevant. So Casper does have the CBC correct by construction proof of stake specifications, and this was of course designed by Ethereum developers. It is scalable, future-proof, enterprise optimized, and they do have a developer grant program. So what this means is they support developers who are building out the Casper ecosystem. If you want to build a protocol, a decentralized application, you can actually go ahead and get a grant from the Casper Foundation. If you click on the grant program up here, it will take you over to this site, and you can find out some more information if you are a developer looking to get a grant and help build out the ecosystem of Casper. So if we look at the staking, we did discuss a little bit about it already, but it does have a slashing mechanism. So if your validator is a bad actor, meaning they try and attack the network or they're not doing a great job as a validator, basically those stake tokens with that validator will get burnt. So it's very important to select a validator that is trustworthy and that will do a good job over time. And we did discuss how there's a 14-day unbonding period. Now, to stake your Casper, you will need to go to CSPR.live, and the staking is done here. This is the Blockchain Explorer. If you want to learn how to stake your Casper tokens, drop me a comment right now, and I will happily make you a staking tutorial video for Casper because the rewards are quite nice, and they are paid out on a very regular basis as well. So now let's move on to some technical analysis and take a look at the price chart before we get into our price prediction. So now that you know a lot about what Casper actually is and the problems it's trying to solve, why it was actually created in the first place, right, to help Ethereum scale, then it pivoted to its own blockchain, that will give you a better basis of doing your analysis to figure out where this thing might go in the future. So we can see it actually did launch back here on the Huobi exchange in May, and it pumped up like crazy. This doesn't make sense to me. It pumped up to like $66 with this wick, high 66.44. I asked the chat, the Telegram chat of Casper, what happened here, and they basically said it was the exchange, like kind of just disregard it. So I'm not really sure personally what happened with this launch pump, but nonetheless, it did fall all the way back down to 5 cents over here in July. So right here where I just circled, this is known as accumulation in the chart. This is when you want to be buying. You want to be buying in accumulation. You don't want to be buying after it pumps at the top. So it came out of accumulation. It did have kind of a triple bottom pattern here before pumping up higher. And to me, this just looks like whales buying a ton of CSPR tokens at once. We had a huge pump up. And where did it pump to? It pumped to this former wick over here, right? If you guys watch my channel, you know my style of technical analysis. I always point out these wicks that stick out like sore thumbs because it makes it very easy to price action trade when you can identify these key levels. So price did pump up to this level at 22.2 cents before retracing back down. And then where did it retrace down to? Well, you guessed it, another wick that sticks out like a sore thumb. If you're new to trading, new to technical analysis, get used to identifying key levels on the price chart like this, where you see a candle wick just sticking up out of nowhere, looks a little bit out of place. Mark that on your chart because price has memory and price will most likely be testing that level again in the future. So you can either use that as an entry for a trade or a profit target. So at this moment in time, Casper is trading at 15.2 cents. And we are actually breaking out right now. So I do have this horizontal dotted line, and I put that in a very specific price level for a reason. We can see over here we do have one wick touching it. Then we have these candle bodies opening and closing with these wicks touching the level. More candle bodies opening and closing. And then for the past 2 days, we were consolidating right underneath of this horizontal resistance. So in an uptrend with ascending price action, I do have this trend line drawn in an upward slope. So we have ascending price action, we have horizontal resistance. So this creates an ascending triangle. If you want to learn how to trade the ascending triangle, I made a full video about my top 3 chart patterns to trade. I'll leave a card right here. But this is very bullish. So we were expecting this breakout and we did get it today. Now we need to clear these highs over here. We tested the highs at 15.8 cents. We need to clear and close above those highs. In order to do that, I want to see more volume. We have very low buying volume right now. That's indicated by the volume bars down here. So I want to see more volume to indicate this breakout. Now this is all short-term price action trading. If you are looking to buy some CSPR tokens, what I would recommend is to use these levels here. We can see this is a level of support right here at 11-12 cents. And then we do have this wick level, which was just touched this one time at 10.2 cents. So overall, this entire demand zone that I have drawn, if we go to a 4-hour, we'll be able to see the demand zone a lot clearer. We do have a rally-based rally zone over here that I do have drawn with the box. So we use that to identify where price would come back down to, and then we use the wick over here to identify the level, and it played out beautifully. So congratulations to all Crypto Empire community members who were aware of this happening. Nonetheless, if you want to buy yourself some Casper, look for a drop back down to this trend line or back into this demand zone, or a retest of the breakout. Honestly, most likely you're just going to get a retest of the breakout level, but there is a chance that we see some dips back into the demand zone, and that is your buying opportunity, not financial advice. Now let's talk about my price prediction for the CSPR token. And in order to do so, I don't want you to get carried away here because I'm going to put up some pretty crazy numbers. In order to talk about my price prediction, we're going to head on over to the coin perspective. And what this allows us to do is to compare market caps to the top cryptocurrency projects at this moment in time. So we can see Bitcoin almost at a $1 trillion market cap. If Casper were to hit almost $1 trillion market cap, it would put it at $702 per token, a 4,517x. I don't see that happening, at least in the next few months, maybe in like 10 years down the road. If Casper ends up being one of the best smart contract blockchains out there, it could hit $1 trillion market cap. But for the time being, I think it's better to compare it to something around here, number 10, number 11. we can see Chainlink has a $15.6 billion market cap. And if Casper were to hit a $15.6 billion market cap, that would put it at a 70x at $11.07 per token. And then USDC is $27.8 billion, and that would be 126x, or about $20 per token. Now you might be thinking right now, Connor, that is absolutely crazy. Right now the market cap is $218 million. There's no possible way it's going to hit a 15 or $20 billion market cap from a $218 million market cap. Well, you need to understand, we are in crypto. And crypto goes higher than everybody expects, and it goes lower than everybody expects. And to further support my thesis and my point right here, we can head on over to CoinMarketCap, and we can take a look at some historical snapshots. So in order to do that, we'll go up here to historical snapshots, and we can take a look at the projects in 2017 during the last bull run and what actually happened at the peak of the bull run. So November was when things really started to heat up in 2017. And then, as we know, Bitcoin reached its all-time high in December, and then altcoins were going nuts during the whole period, December and January. So we'll look at the beginning of November to take a look at some of the market caps of these projects. And Cardano was actually around at that moment in time. Cardano was number 16 in market cap at the beginning of November 2017. And Cardano had a $535 million market cap then. We can look at Cardano a few months later, right? We'll look January 7th. So remember, $535 million in the beginning of November. Cardano, 2 months later, had a $26.1 billion market cap. 513 million to 26.1 billion. It's happened before at the peak of the bull run. Crypto gets very wild. I saw this happen with my own eyes at the time, and to say that it can never happen again, in my opinion, is just naive. Now, yes, history does not repeat itself, but it does often rhyme. So if Cardano can go from 535 million to 26 billion in 2 months at the peak of the bull run, well then Casper does have the potential to go from 218 million, that's his current market cap right here, 218, to even just to, a $10 billion market cap. That would put it at a 50x. That's $7.75 per token. So it's possible, is what I'm trying to say. Now, don't get your hopes up. It's a low cap project. It is a higher risk investment. For my price prediction, I will say that it's going to at least hit, in my opinion, the all-time high of $1.33. So that's still nothing to complain about from the current price. That's about 8 or 9x from current price. So even if it just hits its all-time high and makes a new all-time high, you're still multiplying your money more so than any other asset class that you could do so. So my price prediction, at least the all-time high, but I would say, not financial advice, definitely keep a moon bag, because in order for this thing to hit 100x, it would need to hit about a $20 billion market cap. And it's happened in previous bull market cycles in cryptocurrency, so don't count it out, but also don't bet the farm on that happening either. Not financial advice. So the Casper network is an enterprise-level blockchain built to scale, built for mass adoption. It was built originally by an Ethereum developer who realized Ethereum was going to have a hard time scaling. He went off and was going to make a project to help Ethereum scale, a scaling solution, but then they pivoted to their own blockchain, and now today we do have Casper. The mainnet did go live in early 2021. It did bottom out at 5 cents, and it is trending upwards at this moment in time. I hope that you learned something in this video. If you're more aware of what Casper is and its potential, let me know by leaving a like and also dropping a comment down below. And I also want to hear from you. What is your price prediction for Casper for 2021 and beyond? Before we wrap this video up, if you're new to Crypto Empire, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And my name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I will see you in the next video.